Good morning to one and all. And today topic is operator presidency. Operator presidency, you all seen the presidency of operators in C programming. In the same manner, here also operator having some presidencies. A grammar G is said to be operator presidency. A grammar G is said to be operator presidency if it is possible for following properties. A grammar G is said to be operator presidency if it follows the following properties. There are two properties. First property is no production on the right hand side is epsilon. No production on the right hand side is epsilon. And second one is there should not be any production rule producing two adjacent non-terminals. Two adjacent non-terminals. At the right hand side, there should not be any production rule possessing two adjacent non-terminals at the right hand side. That means I tell you detailedly these two with examples. Operator presidency parser. Operator presidency parser. This is operator presidency parser taking operator grammar as input and giving parse tree, and this parse tree is in bottom up parsing. You all know how the bottom up parse tree is constructed. Star E, this is ID and this ID. This is called as bottom up parsing. We all know this is bottom up parsing, parse tree. Here operator presidency taking operator grammar as input and deriving parse tree like this. This is called as operator presidency. For this, you have two rules. Rule 1, no epsilon in right side. Rule 2, no adjacent variables. There are two rules. No epsilon in the right hand side. Epsilon means this symbol called as epsilon. No adjacent variables are acceptable. With the example, I show these two rules. A AB, A plus B, A into B, A into B, this is A plus B. Here AB, the two variables are adjacent. The second rule is no adjacent variable. So this is not an operator grammar. And next A plus B. In between variables there is a non-terminal. So this is acceptable. This is operator grammar. A into B, this also operator grammar. So no adjacent variables. No adjacent variables. So this is not an operator grammar. I think you all understood. Take another example. E tends to E plus E slash E into E slash ID slash ID. Here no epsilons in the right hand side. No epsilon in the right hand side. That means first rule satisfied. And coming to second rule, no adjacent variables. Here no adjacent variables here. So the second rule also satisfied. If these two rules are satisfied, then that is called as operator grammar. This entire expression or problem called as operator grammar. Take another example. Take another example. E tends to EAE slash ID and A tends to plus and star. So here first rule is no epsilon. So there is no epsilon on the right hand side. Rule 1 satisfied. Coming to rule 2, no adjacent variables. Here variables are adjacent side by side. So the second rule is failed. The second rule failed. So this is not an operator grammar. This is not an operator grammar. For sometimes the problem having another expression like this. A again producing plus and star. Here we can replace this capital A with this capital A with plus or star. Plus or star. Then it becomes E tends to E plus E or E into E or ID. So by using the second expression, we are replacing capital A. Then we are getting this expression. No adjacent variables are here. No epsilons are here in the right side. So this is called as operator grammar. By converting the expression with another one, we are producing a grammar. So this problem satisfies the operator grammar. Next, take another example. Take one problem, for example, in operator grammar, convert non-operator grammar to operator grammar problem for converting non-operator grammar to operator grammar. So first take problem. S tends to capital S, A, capital S, and ID. Next expression, capital A derives or produce small a, capital S, small a or A. Then we have to convert this non-operator grammar to operator grammar. For that, take first expression. S tends to replace capital A with this expression. Replace capital A with this expression. Capital S, small a, capital A, small a. And write as it is this SS. And we also write in the place of A, small a, S, A, S or ID. Now the non-operator grammar became the operator grammar. Here there are no continuous variables are there. That means capital S, small a, capital S, small a, terminal, non-terminal, terminal and non-terminal. No continuous variables are here. So this is called as operator grammar. We are converting non-operator. We are taking non-operator grammar and converting it to operator grammar. Let us take a problem for better understanding. Let us take a problem for better understanding. We have some steps to follow to solve the problem. So first, what do you take a problem? What do you mean by operator precedency grammar? With the help of following grammar, parse the input string. Following grammar, parse the input string, and that string is ID plus ID into ID. So this is the grammar of parser input string. Already you know that you have to take at the end of the string dollar. At the end of the string dollar. No need to think in other way. Already I have told in previous classes. Simply you write after the completion of string dollar symbol, and the expression is T tends to T plus T slash T into T slash ID. Every input string must be end with dollar. For every problem, not only this problem, for every problem, the input ending string with dollar only. This is the main rule. And we have to follow some steps for this problem. We have to follow some steps for this problem. Not only for this problem, this entire topic problems, we have to follow some steps. Step number 1. Step 1. Check OPG, operator precedency grammar or not. Step 2. OP relational table, operator precedency relation table. Third one, parse the given string. Parse the given string. And final step, fourth one, generate parse tree. For solving problems, we have to follow these 4 steps. In the first step, check OPG, operator precedency grammar or not. The given grammar is operator precedency grammar or not. We have to check in the first step. Next step, draw the relation table for operator precedency. OP means operator precedency. In the third step, parse the given string. We are already done with the parsing table in previous classes. In the same manner, we have to do again. In final step, generate parse tree. You all know how to draw the parse tree. 4 steps. In the first step, check the whether the given grammar is OPG or not. In the second step, draw relation table for operator precedency. In the third step, parse the given string. In the fourth step, generate parse tree. Generate parse tree. In the first step, we have to check OPG or not. Check the given string OPG or not. So T plus T into T, ID. The expression is operator precedency grammar. So the rule 1 is no epsilon on the right hand side. The rule 2 is no two adjacent variables to be continued. So the given grammar satisfies the 2 rules. That means the first step is satisfied. And coming to the next step, that is operator precedency relation table. So we have to draw the relation table. The relation table T tends to T plus T slash T into T slash ID. OP relation table first take all terminals, that means place, into and ID. At the end of the every string we have to put dollar. So here non-terminals are plus, star, ID and dollar. Plus, star, ID and dollar. Again repeat the same non-terminals here also, plus, star, ID and dollar. This is the process how to draw a table, basic table this is. Later we fill all the boxes in the table. First this is the basic for how to draw a table. Operator precedency relation table. Take all non-terminals in the expression. At the end of every problem, at the end of the string, we have to put dollar compulsory. For every problem, don't forget. So here non-terminals, all terminals are plus, into, ID and dollar, plus, into, ID and dollar. Take in the same manner here also. Rows and columns are filled with the terminals in the problem. Now there are some basics for relations. How to proceed the relations? We see that first and later we fill the box, entire box here. First we need to take some basics for filling all the boxes. There are some basics are there. ID A, B, C, are high priority. ID A, B, C are high priority. Dollar having low priority. Plus is plus star and star. ID 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 dollar A dollar. These are the basics for precedency operators. High priority is given to ID A, B, C, and dollar given as low priority. If there are two places or two signs are there, then we have to put greater than. We have to give left side high priority. That means like we have to write like this. We are giving priority to this place, and again we are giving priority for these two into the left hand side first priority. That's why I have written here like this. And next, if there are two IDs are there, then we have to simply put hyphen. If two dollars are there, then that is called as acceptancy state. Then that is called as acceptancy state. These are the basics for operator precedency. ID, A, B, C are given to high priority. Dollar is given to low priority. If there are two IDs are there, then it will be taken as hyphen. If $2 are there, then that state is called as acceptancy state. If the same symbols are there, if two symbols are same, then we have to give priority for left hand side first. Left hand side first, plus and into here. So these are the basics, and coming to the problem, take the previous operator OP relation table, operator precedency table. Take all terminals along with dollar. You all know why dollar we are putting here. This is the table. These are all non-terminals I have taken as rows and columns in the book. Those are present in the given string expression. Plus into ID at the end of the problem dollar. So plus 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 plus. Already we have thorough with the basics. Just now only. If there are two pluses in the basics, we are taking the symbol as like this, greater than. That means the left hand side plus is given to higher priority. So fill here. Again into same operator. Then also we have to denote same like that, greater than. That means left hand into is given to higher priority. And next, ID star. In the basics, ID A, B, C are given to higher priority. Here ID is there, so ID into plus ID and plus. So ID is given to higher priority. So same. And next, dollar and plus. Dollar is given to low priority. Dollar is given to low priority. So here dollar is low priority. That means we have to give the priority for plus. So write reverse symbol. Again plus into. The highest priority is given to into ID star. High priority is given to ID. dollar star, star is given to higher priority, and again plus id, id given to higher priority, star id, id given to higher priority, id means we simply put a hyphen, dollar id, id is given to high priority, plus dollar, dollar given to low priority. So obviously high priority goes to plus, star dollar, id dollar, id given to higher priority, dollar dollar, dollar dollar means acceptance state. Already we have seen in the basics. Dollar dollar means acceptance state. We have to put A, capital A, that means acceptance state. This is the second step. OP relation table. We have already done with the second step. And coming to the third step, that is, in the third step we have to do parse the given strings. For parse the given strings, we have to draw another table. Now the third step is parse the given string. We have to draw another table. In the table, in flat section, you all seen in the context free grammar how to draw stack relation input comment, stack relation input table. Again I am repeating here. SRIC table, that means stack relation input and comment. In the table we have to take stack as one column, relation in another column, input, and the last one comment. First, initially for input we need more space. Stack relation input and comment. First, initially we have to start with the dollar symbol and take your expression string, that is problem id plus id star id dollar stack relation input and last column is comment. Take the given problem string id plus id into id, last we have to indicate dollar compulsory. And already we have taken one relation table in previous step. So take first, compare dollar with id, id having higher priority. In the previous table, dollar and id having this symbol, that means id having higher priority, right here. So whenever this symbol like this we get, then we have to shift this id, then write comment here, shift id, The next step, dollar ID. We're shifting ID here and write the remaining expression plus ID dollar. Then compare ID with plus. Compare ID with plus. Then in the previous table we already done with ID with plus, that is this symbol. That means ID given to higher priority. Whenever this symbol we have to write reduce. Whenever we got this symbol, we have to reduce the expression. That means write in the comment section reduce T. Reduce T. We already having in the problem itself T produce ID. That means we have to reduce this ID with T. Same I am writing here. In the next step, dollar reduced ID with T, that means T. Write this remaining expression as it is. Next, T, we don't compare with T with plus. Go to previous one, that is dollar with plus. We have to do dollar with plus. In the relation table, dollar with plus, plus is given to higher priority. So, and shift plus. In the next step, dollar T plus remaining expression ID star ID dollar plus with ID that is less than symbol. Whenever the less than symbol we get, shift. What we have to shift? ID. Again dollar T plus ID, here star ID dollar. And next ID with the star. Then ID got high precedency. We have to write like this. Then whenever we get the set, then we have to reduce